Lesson 2 starts with a United streaming video for Engage, and oftentimes you'll see that the Engage part of the lessons will be review of the previous day's material. The Explore in this particular lesson is arranging students into groups, and just make sure that you are making groups that support student learning, grouping those high flyers with some of your struggling students. One thing that you'll notice in big, bold print is the safety note, and it's kind of obvious, but if the wire comes hot to the touch, students should disconnect the wire from the battery and wait for it to cool. When you're working with electricity, you have to make sure that you follow all the safety notes really carefully. So in this lesson, you will actually have time to explore right now and create 4 different circuit arrangements.
Some of you probably picked up right away that it does get hot. You need to warn the kids about that because they can burn their little fingers. And then you have big grown-ups who are being yelled at. Don't throw things at the train. One way is if you saw you put the bulb in and on the side, and what you're trying to do is create a circuit because the wire goes in the bottom of the bulb, up through the bulb, and then touches where the screws are. So that's why it will not work if you try to do screw to screw. Because the wire is going in the bottom, up through, and then to the screw. So that creates your circuit. Then it's just a reversal, which is 4. You just reverse it on the bottom. You put the end on it, and then basically the energy is going from the battery through the wire into the screwy part of the light. That metal touches the filament that goes up and then shoots out to the bottom of the ball and creates your circuit. So it's a closed loop, which is why if you do it the other way, the screw part of this bulb is not attached to the wire that comes to the bottom. So you have to touch it and the bottom in order to create the circuit, in order for the power, the energy from the battery to go inside and through the bulb.
We're just going to talk about the evaluation part of that lesson. And the evaluation can be done by making an overhead or copy for your students of page 111 with a giant battery and a light bulb. And students can cut out battery and use string to create working circuits using page 111. Okay. And there's an enrichment for this lesson as well. And the enrichment asks students to design an experimental investigation that goes back to lesson 1 of forces, motion, and energy. And that is for students to research how a lightning rod is created. And this could be used as a long-range project, or if you want to do it in your classroom, you can do it in your classroom as well.